Hello, native plant lovers. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this native ground cover, green and gold. I'll start with an overview to see if green and gold will thrive in your space, then spend most of the time looking at three very different design examples where green and gold is thriving. First up, will green and gold or Chrysogonum virginianum thrive in your space? It's native to the East Coast, and there are three different varieties. The northernmost variety is Chrysogonum virginianum, variety virginianum. Next, the central variety in the Carolinas is Chrysogonum virginianum, variety brevistolon. And the final variety is Chrysogonum virginianum, variety australe. Next, let's cover the basics. Green and gold is a woodland plant that prefers rich, loamy soil and part to fall shade. It grows to a height of up to 1 foot and will spread 1 to 2 feet or more over time. It is possible to grow from seed, but it's much easier to divide in the spring or fall. Last part of the overview are 3 reasons I love green and gold. First reason is that deer stay away. The second reason is that green and gold is considered evergreen or semi-evergreen, depending on how far north you live. However, when growing in woodland settings, green and gold is at home completely covered in leaves through the winter. The third reason is it grows densely and does a great job crowding out weeds. Next, let's look at the first of 3 examples where green and gold is thriving as a living ground cover. In this example, it's growing between stepping stones. I don't have an earlier picture, but previously there was only Virginia sweetspire shrubs growing to the left and to the right of the stepping stone with mulch surrounding. Over time, spotted spurge, which loves compacted soil and low organic matter, started to take over. This area had low organic matter because crushed stone and sand was used to install the walkway, which in turn created an ideal breeding ground for spurge. The solution was to remove the spurge along with 1 inch of dirt and to add compost along with green and gold. On the other hand, I do want to highlight 2 opportunities that may not be so obvious in these pictures. First, for any eagle eyes out there, you may have noticed the ground cover leaves are not all the same. The larger leaves belong to coneflower, which is a prolific cedar planted nearby. Despite green and gold's ability to crowd out weeds, I do occasionally get volunteer coneflowers, which are easy to pull and do not bother me. The other opportunity is highlighted in this picture. By the end of the spring, the Virginia sweetspire is in full bloom, and you can see the green and gold is covering the majority of the stepping stone. Again, this does not bother me and is easily dealt with by hand pulling or cutting with scissors. Both these opportunities are minor compared to spurge growing everywhere. The second example is an area along a neighboring fence which spans over 50 feet. This is a recent fall picture which was taken from a distance to capture the entire area. As a result, the area doesn't look as magical as it really is. This area is east facing, so it gets full morning sun and is shaded by early afternoon, making it perfect for green and gold which surrounds the area. Inside are lots of ephemerals which pop up in early spring and completely disappear by late summer. I'll share the design, which includes a walking path that guides you through the garden past the hammock. On the far right is a patch of bleeding hearts, which are very happy in this area and last until mid to late fall. In the center are Virginia bluebells, which disappear earlier than the bleeding hearts, so red and blue cardinal flowers were added to take over and provide summer and fall color. In the center are native smooth hydrangeas, and to the left are large flowering bellworts. I love this space, but there is an opportunity which you can see better in this photo. See, the grass is growing into the green and gold, while the green and gold is growing into the grass. Therefore, I'd recommend using edging, like these offered by Vadaland, to keep them separate, which will save you time from weeding. Before we look at the third example, please consider subscribing if you would like to see more content like this. Okay, the third example is a tricky spot between the driveway on the right and the start of the walkway on the left. Prior to adding the green and gold, Phlox sublata, pictured here, was growing in this space but was not thriving. I moved the phlox and removed approximately 1 inch of dirt and added a thick layer of compost along with green and gold, which is now thriving. From a design perspective, this area is too large for just the green and gold, so false sunflower will be added in the middle, which will grow to 6 feet by 6 feet to add long blooming summer color to the area. While this will improve the design, there is a different opportunity I want to share. As you can see in this photo, the area gets the most sun out of all 3 examples shared, so the green and gold struggles a little in the summer. This is easily fixed with a quick spurt of water in the driest periods. This brings me to my last photo to share of these snakes, which I found curled up under leaf litter and green and gold in the early spring. They were completely protected and happy as nature intended. Please consider subscribing, and thank you for watching. Leave a comment to let me know what you think, and check out our other native plant videos.